Okay, here you go. There is a vector field. You must be understanding a vector field, a field that has been defined throughout the space region. We did it yesterday. So the vector field is given in x coordinate, x, y, z coordinate system. It is y, ax minus x, ay plus z, az. Okay, this is your given vector in xyz coordinate system. So looking at this vector means it is very tough for anybody to just visualize this vector in your xyz coordinate system. But let us just see that how the visualization of the vector is improved when we go in another coordinate system. For time being, let us convert this vector field in a cylindrical coordinate system. So in a cylindrical coordinate system, the same vector field will be written as b rho in a rho unit vector direction, b phi in a phi unit vector direction, and plus b z in az unit vector direction. This is very simple. You have been given a vector field in xyz coordinate system, and you have to calculate this thing. Okay, in what is this coordinate system? This is a cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, now what we need to do, how we can find your this b rho component, b phi component, and bz component. Mind you, these are magnitude. So yesterday we have done this. What we did, we took the dot product of this b vector. If you want to find b rho, then what we can do, we can take the dot product of this b vector with the unit vector a rho. So what it will be, a rho into a rho means dot product between these two vectors will be 1. And as a phi and az are perpendicular to a rho direction, because this is a Cartesian coordinate system, all the unit vectors in a coordinate system will be at 90 degree to each other. So they will become 0, other components will become 0. So this will give you b rho. Okay, now replace this b vector this vector will be replaced like this. Okay, then what it will become, it will become y ax minus x ay plus z az. If there is any problem, please speak out or write in the comment box. The dot product, vector dot product with a rho. So when you please refer the matrix which we have made to convert your xyz coordinate system to cylindrical coordinate system. In that matrix, if you observe, then that matrix, I should write that matrix here only. So let me write it. It will take some time, but let us give some time to it. Okay, so ax dot a rho gives us cos phi, ay dot a rho gives us sin phi, and this az dot a rho gives 0. Ax dot a phi gives you sin phi. Mind you, you have to memorize all these things. Okay, things you have need to memorize, I will tell you. Okay, now just put the values in your expression. So you have got the first component is y ax dot arrow. So you can write y, and what is ax dot arrow? Ax dot arrow is cos phi. So we will write cos phi. So minus x. What is ay dot arrow? Ay dot arrow is sin phi. So you can write here sin phi, and plus z into az dot arrow. What is az dot arrow? It is 0. This thing. So it will be multiplied by 0. So what it will become? B row will become, the component B row will become y cos phi, and what was the second component? Minus x sin phi. So it is minus x sin phi. But see, this B row component is a expression, is a explicit expression of its coordinates, like so B row should be a function of rho, phi and z. Okay, so this expression cannot understand this y and x components because these are cylindrical coordinate system variables. They cannot be used in these x and y are rectangular coordinate system variables. They cannot be used in cylindrical coordinate system. So what we need to do, we need to convert your y and x. So how you can convert? Just see what we have done previously. If this is x, y and z, we can make a vector. Let us say this is b vector. So this is phi, and so if we draw perpendicular to it, so this is x component, this is unit vector x, unit vector y, unit vector z, and the perpendicular to this is your y component. Okay, from here and this O, let us say B, OB is what? OB is the radius of the cylinder, so it is rho. Okay, let me write it nicely. Okay, this is rho. So we can relate our y in terms of rho and phi. Like here, we can write x to be rho cos phi, no, and y to be rho sin phi by using your right angle triangle equations. So we can put in here. So what your B row will become? B row will become y is what? Rho sin phi. So this is phi, not theta. Sin phi cos phi minus what is x? Rho cos phi sin phi. So what it will become? It will cancel out. These two components will be cancelled out. So it will become 0. So in the cylindrical coordinate system, there is no B row component, means there is no radial component to the vector field. It will be, let us find the other vectors. Okay, so we are having B phi. So what will be B phi? It will be vector D or A phi. So let us write this. So this was y ax minus x ay plus z az. Okay, we need to take the dot product with a phi. So write it y into ax dot a phi. Let us see what is ax dot a phi. So your ax dot a phi is minus sin phi, and your ay dot a phi is cos phi. So let us replace this. So y ax dot a phi is minus sin phi, and this is x cos phi plus z az. So az dot a phi is also 0, as you can see here. Az dot a phi is 0, so we can write it 0. Now replace your y. So y was what? Y is rho sin phi. So this is minus rho sin phi into sin phi is sin square phi, minus rho x is rho cos phi. So this is cos square phi. So if you will solve, this will become minus rho sin square plus phi plus cos phi is 0. So your b phi is coming out to be minus rho. Okay. Now let us find a bz component. So bz will be what? Vector b dot vector az. Okay, vector b dot vector az. So if you will solve this, it will come out to be z. Okay, so what your vector b becomes? Vector field b, it is so b rho a rho plus b phi a phi plus bz az. As we have seen, b rho is becoming 0, b phi is minus rho a phi, and bz az is plus z az. So this is your vector field. The vector field, the converted field to cylindrical coordinate system. We have converted our a vector field that was given in xyz coordinate system to a vector field that is cylindrical in cylindrical coordinate system. Just see what this is. So this magnetic field, or this B field, is having two components. One is a phi. A phi is what? The rotating component, the angular component. Okay, and there is this az component, means the in az direction. So we can draw this. We can easily draw this. Just see how we can draw this. This is much easier than what we have in xyz coordinate system. Let us take our reference xyz. So what this says, the first component, this says that the magnitude is negative, in negative direction, and magnitude depends upon the rho, means radial component. The lower the radius, lower will be the magnitude of the vector. Higher the radius, higher will be the magnitude of the vector. So if we draw a line, a rho, let's say this is rho, and we vary this rho component. So what this b phi will become? This will be smaller in here, but cos phi we have taken positive as to be in anti-clockwise direction. It is showing negative minus rho. It means it will be rotating in clockwise direction, and it will be clockwise direction at this r. Okay, let us say that on this line, on this line, we are observing our magnetic field. So what it will become? Means at the origin it will be 0. Okay, at some rho it will be little the little field. At higher row it will be having larger field. Okay, this is what it is. And we are only making B row component, B5 component, sorry, B5 component means the radial component, sorry, the circular component, the arc component. So at the origin it is very low. Okay, at higher row it is very high. So it means it's like a tornado, means rotating. Okay, rotating. It will be having a minimum velocity at the center and higher velocity at the circumference. So this is what you can just feel like. Okay, so you are it is a vector field that is rotating and whose velocity is 0 at the origin and higher as you go on the circumference. Okay, and the other component, one another component is there, that is ZAZ. It means it is in positive Z direction. The other component is in positive Z direction. So these two vectors, what they will make, it will be like a tornado which has been generated at the surface and it is moving upward to the sky. Unusual natural phenomena, but this is a tornado which is emanating at the surface at origin and then moving on to sky, like a nail. Now if you draw a nail, so as you go on rotating this nail in anti-clockwise direction, what is the force, what is the movement of this nail? This nail moves in downward direction. So this is the rotation, and what you are getting the force as exerted in downwards direction. This is the force exerted by the nail. Okay, so likewise you can just observe this field. So it is as you can see, we can analyze this field, the converted field. We can somehow analyze it, somehow we can understand this, but it will be very, very difficult if you are going to analyze this thing. It is something which is not directly analyzed. It could be analyzed by some brave people. Okay, so but in this coordinate system it is much more easy. So this is what the advantage in coordinate system is, converting coordinate system. Like I can give one more example. If you just observe the electric field by positive charge. So what this is, this emanates radially in all the direction. It is like in all the direction it is. If this is in XYZ direction, so in all the radial direction the field will be emanated from this charge. Let us say this charge is at origin. So the field will be in all the directions. Okay, so if you write this electric field in XYZ coordinate system, so it comes out to be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into charge divided by under root x square y square z square cube into x ax plus if you are going to write the electric field equation for a given charge Q, and try to find electric field at some point x, y, z, then this is what the electric field look like. So it will be here. So the magnitude you can like find from this equation. But if you go in spherical coordinate system, you observe the same field in spherical coordinate system, which is much more easier. The equation becomes this. The equation becomes Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r whole square, where AR is the radial direction. So the electric field, if they are in radial direction, then this spherical coordinate system is much more easier to visualize. It direct tells that the electric field is in radial direction. But if you go on in XYZ coordinate system, then it will be very tough for you to visualize this electric field from the equation itself. Okay, this is electric field that is pointed towards AR direction, and which deteriorates as we increase the radius of the surface. Far from the charge of the the point is from the charge, lesser will be the electric field, lesser will be the magnitude of the electric field. So, this is what the beauty of coordinate system is. You can convert your variables. Like in XYZ coordinate system, you need 3 variables, x, y, and z. But in here, in spherical coordinate system, you need just 1 variable, r. Okay. So this is it for today. I'm not going to go beyond this today. Today we will save the rest of the time for the test. The test will be posted in the classroom itself. Okay, so it will come to you at nearly 11:15. At 11:15 you will receive the paper, and in half an hour you have to complete you need to solve the solution in half an hour, 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes will be given to you to post that into the classroom. Okay, might be some network problem could be there. So if you in 15 minutes you cannot post there, so you can directly post it in WhatsApp group. Okay, so I'll be posting the assignment, so be on time and reply back. Whatever you have done, just submit it back. Okay, so thank you for now.